Hello everyone, my name is Roberto Oliver con un montón de apellidos Gonzalez, but you may call me Robbie for short. And today, I want to talk about why Ollie Dreamer's invitation to an official Pokemon event is so important. I saw Cecilily's video about queer VGC players to look out for, which is a great watch, and I will leave it in the description so you can check it out. But I want to focus more on the content creation side of Pokemon. I did some research for this video, but this is mostly me speaking my mind freely from my perspective and my point of view. Ollie Dreamer is a popular Pokemon content creator on TikTok and Instagram, and he got invited to the VGC Championships that just happened in Hawaii. That is so exciting to me. The Pokemon content creators that get invited to official Pokemon events are usually ones with really large audiences. There's Austin John Plays, Patters, obviously Wolfie because he is the poster child of the Pokemon VGC, among other creators. One trend has stuck out to me above the rest, though, and it's that they fit this same demographic of straight, white, male. There are creators outside this demographic that also get invited, like Shiny Catherine and Diana Mejia more recently. But this is why I say trend, which is by definition a general direction in which something is developing or changing. The same goes for Pokemon content creation at large. Let's define a large audience as having more than 100k subscribers. I can mention so many creators with large audiences. MNJTV, Candy Eevee, Munching Orange, True Green 7, Shofu, Birdkeeper Toby, who retired his Pokemon channel, CJ, Purple Cliff, Tyranitar Small Ant, Monster Noggin. I could keep going. There are more Pokemon content creators that I have not heard of, but none of these creators I mentioned so far are queer. There's a narrative happening here, whether you perceive it or not. And I think the Pokemon Company is realizing that.
Where my people at? Where my people at?
Let's go back to my definition of a large audience, which I established to be a creator with more than 100k subscribers. If I made a list of Pokemon-focused LGBTQIA+ creators with a large audience, per my definition, I can name 6 people from the top of my head. Alpharad, whom we are very familiar with, he's bisexual. His best friend, Jaden Animations, whom we are also very familiar with, she came out as asexual. PragMagik, they're a non-binary creator who focuses on designing fake Pokemon. GlitchxCity, whom we know for her popular remixes of Pokemon music. WeedleTwineedle, who really leans into queer meme culture in their VGC and Pokemon Showdown videos. And the Supreme Arcanines, whose main focus is shiny hunting. We could also include Angry Coconut, who has a couple of Pokemon videos, though his last one was about 7 months ago, but his main focus is Animal Crossing. If I included creators with more than 100k followers on TikTok, this is where Ollie Dreamer comes in, which brings the list up to 7. That's not as many as I would like, but it's decently more than 0. I know a bunch of queer Pokemon content creators, but none of us have a large audience according to my definition, and I really want to see that change. I know that this video may sound like we shouldn't support straight white male creators, but all the contrary. Pokemon is a franchise for everyone. In fact, straight white male creators are an essential part of queer representation because of their advocacy through their large platforms. That's precisely how Wolfie contributed to the trans movement through his Amoonguss. However, queer people need visibility in order to be represented. And I would love to see creators with large audiences actively collaborating with other queer creators. Pokemon 7 is a great example of collaborating with smaller creators. He hosted a shiny Pokemon hunting event in which creators had 24 hours to catch every shiny Pokemon from Gen 3. And the list of creators participating in this event is very diverse. We have well-known names like Game Boy Luke, Patters, Papa C, but the creators that stand out to me are folks like AjentVee and NoraInTheFuture. AjentVee is a streamer on Twitch, and she's also married to GlitchxCity. Did you know that? Because I didn't know that until I did research for this video. NoraInTheFuture is a transgender creator who also streams on Twitch. She's an avid shiny hunter and the organizer of Pokemon Pride, which is a fundraising event throughout the month of June with multiple queer creators involved. This year they raised $62,750 for the Southern Equality Fund, supporting equal rights for the LGBTQ+ community in the United States South. I would have never known about these queer content creators otherwise, which brings me to my next issue. Discoverability. YouTube recommends videos by comparing the watch histories of people with similar viewing patterns.
So now let's say there is a third person and they only like watching red videos. Let's assume that I liked this mystery video, you didn't like it. YouTube can be sure that this video is something that the third person will like.
If you watch one of PM7's videos, you'll likely get recommended videos by AjentVee because they're basically in every video together. If you watch Patters, you'll likely be recommended videos by CJ, Small Ant, Pichow, more or less the same big creators we've been talking about. Their audiences are so established and intertwined with each other that it's very likely for the algorithm to recommend their videos to people who watch Pokemon videos. Let's run a little experiment with my own videos. If I open an incognito window on my browser with one of my videos, YouTube recommends RuPaul's Drag Race related content. Which makes sense because I give Pokemon teams to the queens from the show. But it also recommends other Pokemon videos from folks like Wolfie, Moxie Boosted, Captain Kidd, and Purpleclef, people with large audiences. On the one hand, it's a good sign because the algorithm recognizes my channel as having Pokemon-focused content. On the other, it's suggesting my videos alongside these already established channels. And this isn't even considering how Twitch's and TikTok's algorithms work. There are some hidden gems on YouTube, like Lamb Sauce's 10,000 Shiny Pokemon Egg Hunt Challenge. That video was so funny, but I still had to manually find this video on her channel by clicking the link in PM7's description. It's frustrating to me because why is YouTube not recommending this to me? And if videos as entertaining as Lamb Sauce's aren't being recommended to me, I can only imagine the queer Pokemon creators that are also not being recommended to everyone else.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
The Pokemon content has always been very aware of its diverse audience, and has made strides to make the franchise as approachable and friendly to everyone. They've also realized that their audience has grown up, and I can say that for certain after seeing this tweet from their official UK account.
377 Reggie Rock.
There's a queer person in that marketing team. If you don't understand this meme, you are not gay. Or at the very least, not a fan of Charlie XCX's Brat. Like, this album is mostly about getting lit and partying hardcore. And then, they posted a follow-up tweet to that same tweet. I'm telling you, there's a queer person in that marketing team. Pokemon is not inherently queer, but they've made plenty of queer-coded characters, like Wallace in Pokemon Emerald, Tucker from the Battle Frontier, Mirror B in Pokemon Coliseum, and most importantly, Jessie and James, who have been cross-dressing since the very beginning. Pokemon has been a lifeline for queer Pokemon fans who grew up feeling isolated and unseen. We could see ourselves in these characters. In my case, flamboyant men with over-the-top outfits who are also strong and respected trainers. I wish to see that with content creators too. Heck, I want to be that representation for other queer people on the internet. Ollie Dreamer being invited to an official Pokemon event is monumental for queer representation, and it opens the door for other queer content creators in the future. In order for us to support queer people, though, we need to watch their videos. I'm constantly looking for more queer creators to watch, so let me direct you to a few of them who are part of this queer renaissance of Pokemon content. Cecilily is a transgender video essayist and a fellow Latinx person. She discusses important Pokemon topics, usually regarding queer people, like the video I mentioned in the beginning about queer VGC players to look out for. She also inspired me to write a more detailed script for this video to better showcase all of these queer creators. We have Aria Zero, a Canadian drag queen who hosts Drag Race Simulator seasons with Pokemon as contestants. Angry Coconut arguably made the Drag Race Simulator more mainstream, but Aria has definitely perfected it. She's hosted a season for each region of the Pokemon franchise and is now in her second era of her series, with a different type for each new season. Her series has led her to collaborate with other queer Pokemon-loving creators. Among those creators is JackFed, whom you may know for his videos about RuPaul's Drag Race. He has been playing the Pokemon trading card game for many years and is planning to start a YouTube channel all about the Pokemon TCG. We also have ShinyDex, a queer VGC player and another fellow Latinx person. His content mostly focuses on Pokemon Showdown and VGC, and he includes a lot of queer meme culture in his videos. Most recently, he researched the lack of queer people in official VGC tournaments, and it's one of the most important videos I have ever seen on YouTube. He also has creative ideas such as hosting PowerPoint presentations and organizing an entire VGC competition with creators for charity, as Ms. Vanjie would say. It's called the Girly Pop Cup, and our next tournament will be on October 5th. I will be co-hosting the event, so I will see you there. Lastly, if any queer Pokemon creator deserves to be recognized by the Pokemon Company, it's phaun. He is a very hardworking person with creative takes, such as his Girly Pop Lock playthrough of Pokemon Platinum. It forces him to catch only Pokemon with girly pop designs, such as Roselia or Pachirisu. If a Pokemon is caught in its girly pop state, like Piplup for example, but its evolution is not girly pop, then it's not allowed to evolve. This playthrough also includes an interactive audience vote on Twitch to decide which Pokemon should stay in the party and which ones should go in the box. And then there's me, creating Pokemon regions from the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race, quizzing other creators on their Pokemon knowledge, figuring out how much damage a Pokemon can deal in one turn, and having a fake beef with M&J TV over the usage of Mirabee's iconic battle theme. Mirabee is a queer icon, and the lyrics are in Spanish. That theme was practically made for me. We are finding new ways for you to enjoy Pokemon content, and that should be really exciting. I might get comments on this video saying that gay people should stop complaining, or that I should work harder. And to that I have to say, 1, if I don't complain, people won't know that I have a concern. And 2, I am working hard on my videos. My videos are good. I know because I've been told by my viewers, my friends, my coworkers, other content creators, and actual drag celebrities. You might not be watching them. Now, I know this presents a little bit of a paradox because you, my dear viewer, are quite literally watching this video as I'm speaking, but this isn't necessarily about you, the person watching this right now specifically. This is about the people who haven't watched my videos, or perhaps the people that watched one of my videos and decided my content wasn't for them. Or perhaps again, the people that watched one of my videos, went to my channel to see what the rest of my videos were like, and decided to leave because they saw a bunch of drag and gay stuff. But why am I talking about me when this video is about Ollie Dreamer? Well, you see, my dear viewer, I have always wanted to make Pokemon videos since I was 13. But I never developed the courage until I was well into my 20s. Maybe I was scared of failure, or maybe I was scared to put myself out there as a queer person that exists in the world. And throughout this journey of going to college, learning how to edit, and finding my crowd on the internet, I've dreamt of maybe being invited by the Pokemon Company to an official event, or being recognized by them. It never felt like a realistic dream to me because content creation is very hard and takes a long time to become full-time, but also because Pokemon is a franchise marketed towards kids, and there's always been this stereotype that queer people shouldn't be around kids. Even though I have great classroom management skills and I'm really good at taking care of actual babies. But when I saw Ollie getting invited to Hawaii, my entire world lit up because the possibility of my dream becoming a reality now actually feels attainable. The Pokemon Company saw an unapologetically queer person injecting their queerness into their Pokemon videos on the internet. Videos that aren't about shiny hunting or VGC, and still included him in this event. And it fills me with so much hope that my childhood self might finally experience something that has always given me so much joy. Thank you so much to all the queer Pokemon creators that came before us. And thank you to all the queer Pokemon creators that we have yet to see. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and as always, I appreciate you being here. Bye!